I told y'all about going back to these exes, especially if they did something horrible to you or made you feel less than human and even cheated on you. But in this case, this Colorado dentist poisoned his wife to death. You talk about a red flag. He tried to poison her in the past. She was going to leave him for cheating. He claimed he was suicidal and he poisoned her so she wouldn't leave him. That was the first time, or the first time she knew about it. This time, she was not so lucky. James Toliver Craig, a Colorado dentist, was arrested a few days ago on charges of first-degree murder. He was having an affair and wanted to live a new life with his mistress, or lover as they call it. He searched online for ways to kill her. He said he asked, how long does it take for poison to take effect? And what kind of drugs can you get to poison a person? Or something like that. He was making his wife's protein shakes. And one day, she sent him a text and said, I don't feel so good. I feel funny. She said, it feels like I've been drugged. You know what he said? He said, given our past and what we went through and before, believe me, I did not drug you. So she didn't even mention that she'd been drugged. He said that. He said, I didn't drug you. I am super worried though. You really looked pale before I left. Like your lips even. Like, how sick can you be to say that? Like, the news media showed the text messages between the two. Craig's sister told the investigators the marriage was rocky because Angela no, his wife's sister. Wait a minute. Yes, his wife's sister told investigators the marriage was rocky because Angela told her that her husband previously drugged her because he was planning to attempt suicide, and he didn't want his wife to be able to stop him. Okay, if you want to commit suicide, you can do it out of the presence of anybody if you really wanted to do it. Also, the FBI was what told FedEx to intercept any drugs or any shipment that came in. So on March 6th, he ordered oleandrin, a toxic plant extract. So his wife was hospitalized March 9th to March 14th. So the extra drugs he ordered that was stopped by FedEx, he didn't need them because she was already on her deathbed. Crazy. So his wife was hospitalized again from March 9th through March 14th. During that time, her husband, the crazed dentist, ordered a highly lethal chemical potassium cyanide, which was delivered to his dental practice. And his business partner noticed that the chemical arrived at the office. And that made him suspicious. So, with his information and all the other pieces of information, they put all that together and had the timeline of when the crazed dentist ordered these poisonous chemicals and the timeline of his wife's death. Um, they have 6 kids, and he's ordered not to contact or see the 6 kids in any way. So how can you murder your wife, have 6 kids, and care more about your affair than your 6 kids? That is crazy. So he ordered the poisons and provided her the poisons that aligned with her hospital symptoms. Like, that is crazy. So he had all this plan. I wonder, well, he must have been having an affair the first time he poisoned her because he claimed he was suicidal, but he poisoned his wife so she couldn't stop him from taking his own life, supposedly. Hmm. So before his wife died, Craig drove his wife to the hospital on Wednesday evening when she complained of a headache and severe dizziness. Soon after she arrived at the hospital, she had a seizure, and her health declined rapidly before she was even placed on life support. Later, she was declared brain dead and was taken off life support on Sunday. So she was in the hospital from Wednesday to Sunday, just in pain, like with a headache. She said she felt drugged. Wow. Wow. And his business partner, who noticed that he had the drugs delivered to the office, he spoke to a nurse about his concerns that Angela Craig had been poisoned. Because the package that was delivered to Craig in the office, it was a canister that had a biohazard sticker and a potassium cyanide label on it. And he searched so much for so many things that could kill his wife. He even accessed an article titled Six Deadly Undetectable Poisons and How to Detect Them. So how smart could you be? Like on your own computer, you poison your wife. Of course you're going to be the number one suspect, and they're going to take all your electronics. And his wife had been hospitalized at least twice before Wednesday. So while his wife was hospitalized, her husband sent a bunch of emails to his mistress, making travel plans for him to visit him, for her to visit him while his wife was in the hospital. The emails were intimate and sexually explicit, and they were sent from the same email address Craig used to purchase poisons, allegedly. You have to say allegedly. So, after he was arrested, he made his first appearance in court on Monday, the day after his wife died, and he remains in custody without bond. So, men, women, whoever, there's a reason why you leave your ex. There's a reason why relationships don't work out. There's a reason why the relationships don't get past a certain phase. We all see red flags, but we ignore them. We try to make excuses for them, especially us women. And then when the man comes back and begging, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Us women have this soft spot. We feel bad for people. Maybe he's changed. Maybe I'll give him another chance. It'll be better for the kids if we get together. We have to stop making those excuses, men and women. Because if you knew your husband or wife poisoned you in the past, how could you trust him or her again to make food for you, to to even be around you? Because the second attempt might not be poison. That might do something else to end your life. Wow. She had a very forgiving heart. That's crazy. Wow. I wonder if the hospital knew. They had they couldn't have known she had been poisoned before in the past, before she forgave him and got back with him, because they would have probably did some further tests or investigations. But I learned my lesson from past relationships. Going back, you know, cheated, verbal, mental, physical abuse. Don't go back. They may have changed, but you don't want to risk it because why would you go back to that misery? Why would you go back to the misery? You have to think about that. You were miserable before. They treated you like a dog. And when they're on a side relationship didn't work, they want you back because they didn't realize how good they had it or how they're suffering until you're gone. But don't go back. Come on, don't go back. No matter how good it sounds, I've been tempted too. Like, not in the past 10 years, but I've been tempted to go back after I said, I'm not going back. We broke up for a reason. So I think the last time I went back was probably in 1998. Yep, that's the last time I went back. And that's the last time I will ever go back to an ex that dogged me, that didn't treat me right. So be careful of those red flags. When you see them, don't ignore them. Don't make excuses for them. Move forward and seek happiness. Until next time.